How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys one of the best medic setups that you guys can be using in Back 4 Blood right now. Now, this setup is going to easily get you through every single one of the difficulties in the game. You should be able to get through Recruit and Veteran absolutely no problem, and as long as you have some solid DPS on your team, this is a very good Nightmare build as well. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with. So if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to check out the Discord link in the description. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in Back 4 Blood in the deck building menu. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck list, you can do that right now. But for the pretty much remainder of the video, I am going to be talking about each card specifically in depth, why it is where it is, and what the role of that card in the deck is. Now, just a few quick tips that we should go over before we actually get into the deck list is, first, what healer you should be playing. Now, most of the time with these builds, it's kind of obvious what person you should be playing, but there are two supports in Back 4 Blood, being Mom and the Doc. Now, I would choose the Doc if you are going to be playing on Recruit or Veteran, but if you guys are going on Nightmare and you choose to only have one healer on your team, you should opt to play Mom, solely because on Nightmare, you don't get any downs. Like, normally, when you go down, that's it, you're dead, but Mom gives everyone +1 team life, so she makes it so you have a down on Nightmare. But if you guys are going to do two healers on Nightmare, then you can go Mom and Doc. Also, just another quick thing about how decks work in this game, for some people that don't know, the order that you guys put the cards in your deck is the order that you guys are going to see them in the game. And the first card that you pick, the card that's taking up your #1 slot, is going to be considered your starter card. So this is the card that you are going to be getting before you even pick cards in the first level of whatever campaign you're doing. So I would recommend choosing the card that kind of makes your entire deck's engine work. The whole thing that just emphasizes what you're trying to do. Now, I chose Shoulder Bag, which is going to give us +2 inventory slots with the expense of having -10% damage dealt. Now, the whole thing that we are trying to do with this build is just hold as many healing items as possible and make sure to just support the team in any way we can, because in this deck we have ways to, give them damage boost, reload boost, along with just healing in general. We just need to make sure we are helping the team out as much as possible. Now, with that being said, it doesn't really matter how much damage we do specifically. We want to make sure that our DPS players are doing pretty much all the damage that we need to do, because that's their role, just like our role is to make sure they don't die. So with that being said, Shoulder Bag is going to take up the #1 slot. This is going to be the starter card that I load into every single time I play this deck, and I would recommend you guys do the same. Now, card slots 2 through 5, these are going to be the first cards that you guys are going to see, the first 4 cards that you guys are going to have the option to pick from. So kind of like the same reason you should play your starter card where it is, play your best 4 cards. You're going to want to play every card that you have in order from best to worst. So the #2 slot is going to be Pep Talk, which gives us +150% revive speed and -5% damage resistance, which, like I said before, that isn't even really that big of a deal, because your team, if you guys are well coordinated, you guys should be protecting the medic, because the medic is kind of one of the most important people on the team. Yeah, it's cool if someone can do a lot of damage, but once they die, you know what I mean? No one can come heal them or anything like that. The medic is what makes the entire team work, and you should be protected like that. So just shaving off your damage resistance and your damage overall, that's really not that bad. #3 spot is going to be Field Surgeon, which is going to give +60% healing efficiency and -50% use speed. Now, unlike the damage resistance and the damage dealt, use speed is actually kind of a downside, but it gives us +60% healing efficiency, which is absolutely busted. #4 slot, this is going to be the most controversial pick, I would say, in the entire deck. It's going to be Stimulants, which says pain meds you apply also grant +10% move speed, reload speed, and weapon swap speed for 30 seconds. Now, this isn't particularly the most powerful out of all the cards in the deck, but this is kind of tailored for how I like to play Medic. So because pills are my my healing item of choice, stimulants gets a lot better for me than someone that would prefer to use bandages or medkits. Now, the number 5 slot is going to be Charitable Soul, which says healing a teammate also applies 50% of the effect to you, which is a big healing boost for you just for reviving someone. And then when you stack on top that you have plus 150% revive speed, like, that's absolutely busted. Now, another thing that I would like to talk about is how all of these slots do something completely different. Like, they're not just redundant effects of each other. That's what you want out of your first 4 cards of your deck. You want, like, separate effects, and for the most part, like, with most builds, except with, like, melee, you don't just want to stack effects on top of each other, like the same effect over and over. You want to have different effects, which is exactly what we have here. We have revive speed, healing efficiency, pain pills, and something for reviving people. Like, these are all different effects. None of them stack on top of each other. So now going from the number 6 spot on down, these are going to be what we see after spots 1 through 5. So these are going to come into effect possibly in the first mission, but more than likely in like the second or third mission. So these are going to be after you have gotten your Dex engine going, and they just help you guys. And to start that off, we have Fanny Pack, which is going to give us +1 support inventory, which, you know, with being +2 support inventory being our starter card, I mean, just being able to hold another one is just an actually really big deal, because being able to hold 4 healing items, and that's assuming no one has bought anything in the team shop saying that we can hold more support stuff. Like, you know, there's been times where I've been able to hold like 8, 9 pills. Like, it's absolutely insane, and that should make it so you should be able to heal anyone. Now, in the number 7 spot is going to be Amped Up, which says when you exit a starting room, your team gains 50 temporary health. Now, I chose to put this kind of in the middle of the deck because this effect doesn't really become relevant until you're in like the 4th to 5th mission kind of thing, you know what I mean? Because like after the first few missions, they're kind of easy unless you're playing on like Nightmare, that you shouldn't need that 50 temporary health right out of the gate. But I mean, getting a little more into it when you got more corruption cards going against you, I think that this card is better than in the beginning when you're trying to get your engine going. Also, number 8, down in front, while crouching, you neither take nor deal friendly fire damage. This is, I mean, the exact same reason we have Amped Up here. It's just, it's a very good card. It's very powerful, but you need to get your deck engine going first. And this is particularly good in Medic because, I mean, you're going to be spending all your time healing people. The last thing you want to do is run in front of your teammate and then your teammate downs you, the medic, because, I mean, let me tell you, that is just, it goes downhill quick. All right, number 9 is going to be Emt Bag, which is going to give us +40% healing efficiency at the cost of 20% stamina efficiency. Like I said, the stamina efficiency isn't really that big of a deal because it's not like you guys are speed running through the map. You guys should actually be taking your time, and since you, the medic, are going to be, you should be protected. You should be in the middle of your team's cocoon, that you should not be taking a lot of damage, and you shouldn't have to be sprinting a lot. So this stamina efficiency, like, debuff, like, it's really not even that big of a deal. And stacked on top with Field Surgeon, you will have twice the healing efficiency, which means all of your stuff is going to be twice as good as it was before. So that's definitely worth the downside. All right, up next is going to be Needs of the Many, which, I mean, takes away 20% of our health, but like I said, we should be getting protected, and don't be afraid to pop heals on yourself as a healer. Like, I know people, you know, kind of just think, oh, you're a healer, so you can never heal yourself. That's wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with popping up pain pills to keep yourself up. You know, being the medic, you are very important into the team. And the upside to this card is everyone gets a extra down. Now, this is primarily for Nightmare, because like on Veteran, I don't really come across a situation a lot where people die because of downs, you know what I mean? But on Nightmare, where you get 1 down at best, that's assuming someone plays Mom, this gives you 2 on Nightmare, which is a really big deal. Number 11 is going to be Mandatory PT, which is going to just give the team +15% team stamina. Like I said, you guys are just trying to help out the team however much you can, and you know, that 15% stamina, I mean, it kind of cancels out the Emt Bag thing, so I mean, it's just kind of worth it all around. Number 12 being Smelling Salts, +100% revive speed. Now, it is just a worse pep talk overall, but I mean, most of the time you want to focus on healing people, not reviving them, because if you have to revive them, you're not doing a good job as a healer, you know what I mean? I mean, like, unless your teammates are Ramboing everywhere and they just get, like, pinned separately, if you have to revive people, you're not doing a good job as the healer. Now, with that being said, you kind of still have to be able to revive them quickly. So, you know, that's why this effect is kind of, like, lower on the list, because with the already 150% faster you're going to be at reviving people, like 250% it's just ridiculous. Now, number 13 is going to be Chemical Courage, which says pain meds you apply also grant plus 25% damage for 60 seconds. Now, this also goes along with stimulants, like I said. I mean, it's just kind of just the worst stimulants. Again, this is tailored for me because pain pills is my preferred healing item of choice, and if you prefer bandages or med kits, you might want to swap this out, maybe for something that gives you a little more damage on your gun so that you can help the team out. But like I said, I don't think that's very important, and I like pain pills, and there's cards that specifically do pain pills. Number 14 is going to be Poultice. Now, when you use a medical accessory, the target heals for an additional 20 health over 30 seconds. Now, this effect is very, very strong, but I do think it is better later in the game rather than in the beginning, because I would rather just make sure I can heal as efficiently as possible rather than just rely on this kind of like gimmicky 20 health that, I mean, 30 seconds is a long time. So like this 20 health doesn't come in as quick as you would think. Like if 30 seconds is enough for someone to die right after I've healed them. So this is good later in the game, but early in the game, it's not better than setting up my engine and just making sure I can heal people better. And number 15 spot to round off the entire deck is going to be Antibiotic Ointment, which is going to give us plus 20% healing efficiency. It's just kind of what the deck does. You know, we just want to make sure we can basically heal people's entire health bar with just one pain pills. That's basically what we want to do. But that's going to do for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what you guys think of this medic build, and if there are any card changes you would make sure to leave them down in the comments below. And as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.